Happy Thursday! Hello, everybody. This is Barb Ryder, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Michigan. Welcome to our Thursday Buzzin' with Barb Live. This is a time where I share some fun things with what I'm enjoying in my stamping, some new things, some old things, some tips, some tricks. Hello, Nancy, and welcome. I'm hoping that my laptop will show me comments tonight. It works so much better that way. All right, let me make sure that I can see everything. Fabulous. Hello, Sue. Let me see. It's just slower here, I guess. Okay. All right, let me turn my volume down on my phone since that's where I can see what's happening. All right. Fabulous. Okay. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. If you like what you see, a thumbs up would be appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. That way you can go back to lots of videos that I have done in the past and what I have, coming up with new things. And I also upload the Facebook Lives that I do because Facebook takes them away in 30 days. And so they're taking away things every 30 day, all the time. Like every week I get a notice. This is going to be removed because if I did weekly lives, they take them away as they hit 30 days. Well, hello, Diana. So make sure that you go check out some other videos on my YouTube channel. That would be great. What else can I tell you? So you guys have been told we have a new catalog that is launching, and of course here it is. We will be able to order from the new products May 6th. There's a lot of new online product coming out May 6th. Well, online exclusives, I guess they call it. Um, and then the current catalog, which, let me see here, looks like this. This is the annual. This will be expired, okay? So you will want to make sure that you have this catalog and ready to order the things that you really like on May 6th. That's when we can order from there. I have a couple other things to just share. I do have a craft along coming up again, and that will be using a specific stamp set that is an online exclusive. I'll remind you later of this too, but let me grab it here somewhere. What did I do with it? Oh, wouldn't you know? Let me see, Barbie Barb. I thought I had it right here. Um, it's up on my shelf. One moment. Right here. Okay, we'll be featuring at the craft along. This is going to be on my Thursday live on May 29th. I can't believe it's May. It is May. So if you're catching this way back on my YouTube channel, it's May 1st. And almost half a year is gone. Anyway, we're going to be using a stamp set for the craft along that will be included in your price. This stamp right here called Blooming Phrases. This is the stamp that will be featured in the craft along, and it will be in the cost of the craft along. Now, craft along will cost $33. That includes shipping. That includes the cards we're going to do. That includes the stamp set. It's also going to have a half a package of gems and what you need to craft with me. Okay, so if you're interested in that, I have not put that on my events in my on my calendar, but it'll be there. I'm going to be working to get that on there when this live is over. Hello, Shar. Welcome. Hi, June. Thanks for being here. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing to share is we, now that we have the new rewards program, you will earn double rewards starting tomorrow and the 3rd. So 2nd and 3rd, any orders you put in, $20 or more, your rewards will be doubled. So make sure that you have an online account and that you opt in to get those rewards. Choose the demonstrator that you want to shop with. I hope that I would be that demonstrator if you don't have one. And then you will be able to get those double rewards, but you have to opt in for the rewards now. So, golly, what else can I say? Give you some updates. I have some tips to share tonight. I hope that you'll enjoy. I think I'm ready to turn the camera down and we can get started stamping. And this technique, I don't know. I just saw it online, looking through Pinterest and stuff. So hopefully this will be something new that you haven't tried before. And let me go ahead and turn the camera down. And welcome if you're joining, and just say hi if you want to communicate with us. If not, that's quite all right too. All right, let me turn the camera down. And I am going to pull in and show what we're going to be doing this evening. We're going to be using a stamp set that's carrying over, and I have one of the new folders that I'm going to be using that's going to be coming out May 6th. Layers of Beauty. This is the stamp set. Sorry, I'm trying to, here's the stamp set. So happy anniversary, you make me my heart smile, grateful for you, God bless. And then you have these little pieces that are in here, and then this really big. Now this is shown at 85%. So the size of the stamp is much bigger. Okay, when we stamp, you can see this is the main image, this is it here. So the stamps are bigger than what is shown on the front here. But for our project tonight, we're using Layers of Beauty. We're also using a new folder, embossed folder called Damask. I think that's how you say it, but there you can kind of see the pattern. But that's going to be available on May 6th. And let's see what else. Let me grab my parts and pieces here. And I think if I can get a hold of them, there we go. And this technique, let's see, we're going to be using a Petunia Pop, just one color. And let me grab these. And we're also using another, oh no, that's my next project. There's 2 stamp sets in that one. Okay, so, let me get this out of the way. All right. Now, whenever you're using this large stamp like that, I'm going to show you a trick on using that. If you have a Stamparatus, you can use your Stamparatus. Even though we still don't sell it, it is a great, great tool. So I would recommend using that when you can. I'm hoping that you can, I don't know if you, I'm gonna turn this lighting. There we go. See if you can see a little better with the lighting. I don't know. There you go. You can see the, I'm looking at my laptop to see how, there you can see. Anyway, it's really pretty in person. It's kind of subtle, but yet it's really nice. Okay. Now, here's a tip for you. Okay. What we're doing tonight, I have cut a piece of copy paper, and I have cut it to 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. We're going to use this to tape our color blocks, or yeah, our squares on before we put it onto the basic white. Now the reason for that is so that if you don't get these exactly where you want, and we're going to stamp, you'll see what I mean, you will be able to cut off some of the white around it. Okay, so what I need to do here, the first thing we have to do is we have to layer our pieces of cardstock. These are 1 1/2 squares, and I have bubble bath, 2 bubble bath, I have 2 Petunia Pop, that's the name of the inks, the colors, and I I have an extra one here, a third one, and then I don't know why I have three in there. It must be I just cut it and put it there. All right, fresh freesia, petunia pop, and bubble bath. Those are the three colors that we have. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to lay these down. We're going to glue these down, and I think I'm just going to start right up in the corner because I can always, like I said, we can cut around this, but this will hold all of our pieces together to do the technique that I'm going to share here. So let me grab my silicone mat, and we're going to put one petunia pop up here in the top left corner. Okay, just like that. Then next we're going to put a fresh freesia right next to that. Now I chose these colors because they're kind of in the same color family. And then these are just going to go right next to each other. They're going to butt right up to each other. Let me see. That one I cut just a little bit short, Barb. Girl. Okay, so there's that. And then next I'm going to take bubble bath. This would be pretty in the hues of blue, or the yellows would be pretty. I just chose these because I like pink and I thought these went really well together. And then let's take another fresh freesia. Go get back on here so I don't get glue on my working surface. I'm going to take this one and it's going to go right here. Okay. I just want these, but I want them flush together. You can see how they're kind of flush together. Next is petunia pop. I don't know. How many of you have tried this technique? Do you guys know what I'm going to do here? I just thought this was really fun. And when I saw the end product, I thought, oh, I really like this. I need to share it with my Thursday night folks that watch me and those that come on afterwards, all of that good stuff. Okay, so here's what we have. And yes, I have some extra here, but that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that when I put these together, that they're all flush together. Okay. Next, we're going to stamp. So I'm going to grab my mat because we're going to be using the polymer stamps, which you want some type of a foam underneath. Then I'm going to take my scrap paper here and lay this down. Let's take the petunia pop and move this out of the way. Let's ink this up. Okay. Whenever you have a large stamp like this, I always take my ink and I go to my stamp instead of trying to put the stamp in the ink. You can't do that with these large ones like this. Okay. All right, so that's inked up pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and close it for the moment. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take this, we're going to stamp this so that we have this design on the majority of our squares here. So this is kind of what I'm talking about, is the color blocking. I think I'm going to go this way, turn my stamp around. All right, there we go. So now that I'm kind of know where I want to be, I'm going to go ahead and lay my stamp down, and I'm just going to give it good push. Now, if you have your Stamparatus and you've used that before, that would be a good tool to use, so that if you didn't push this down to get ink all over the squares that you've put down, you could re-ink it again and go back and do it again. I've shared about the Stamparatus before, but because we don't sell it, I don't really show it too much online on my lives. But I do use it in person, you know, for some of my things. All right, now, so that should be on there pretty good. And then here is what we have. Okay, so now you have images on all of the squares. That's what we want. The next thing I'm going to do is this extra typing paper, not typing paper anymore. Boy, I just aged myself. Copy paper. We're going to cut this off just like this. And because I use that paper, that's the tip I want to share, is that now you have your focal point all staying in the same, all together, and that's what you want. Okay, let me throw this away here. I'll clean this in a minute, but let me put it out of the way so I don't get my arms in it. All right, now we have our embossed folder here. And this is going to go onto this beautiful piece. But before I do that, I want to layer this onto a little bit bigger piece of white that goes onto there. It just adds another level of, oh, I don't know. It just looks very elegant, this particular card. So when you have this all glued together, where's this? You end up with a 3 by 4.5. This is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So you have a 1/4 inch all the way around with this piece of white. So next, oh, before we put this on here, I have some of our iridescent ribbon. Is that what it's called? Iridescent, just iridescent ribbon. You can see that it's got pretty kind of sparkly here. I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to put this up here where I have a little bit of space. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a piece off, and I want this up here in this top section. Okay, let me move this over here. Just like that. Let's see. Kind of just about like that. I probably cut more than I needed, but that's what I want. And then I'm just going to tape this around the back. Now you can use your tape that you have in your basic stamper kit. I keep a roll of tape in my stamper kit. You can use your adhesive, put it down, whichever. I'm going to put that on the back, but I also need to attach this on the front. So I'm going to take a little bit and just glue this down in place, kind of like that. Okay, then you've got this pretty kind of just iridescent right at the top. Next, we're gonna take this little skinny. This is like this is 8, is that a quarter? No, that is 1/4, 1/2. I guess it's a 1/4 inch. It's really skinny. I'm gonna move this out of the way because we can't really see well with that. I'm gonna use the sentiment from the set, God bless. Okay. And I'm going to stamp that. I might have to get up really close here. Hey, thanks for watching, you guys. I'm glad that you're here and taking some time out to see if there's something new that I am sharing if you haven't seen these before. Okay, so it fits on that teeny tiny piece, right? And put that up here to clean. Now, since my ribbon is going at an angle, I think I want to I'm going to angle my ribbon or my sentiment just like that. And then I'm just kind of judging how much I need. We'll just give it a little bit of space there. It's not a very big sentiment, or a very long sentiment, so I just kind of want it to go into that iridescent area so that we can see the words. I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to put this down flat. So let's put adhesive all on there. And let's go like that, kind of in the middle of the iridescent. And that is quite long, so I actually think I'm going to cut some of that off. But I'm going to go at the same angle so that it matches, coordinates, whatever you want to say. There we go. All right, see that? And you got the little bit of sparkly at the top. All right, now we're ready to put this onto this white. So copy paper is going to get layered onto our basic white, just like that. This is going to get layered onto our embossed 4 by 5 1/4 piece. Now there are, I don't know how easy you can see, but there are flowers in here. I don't know, let me see. Turn this. I don't know if you can see the flowers, but there's flowers. So I'm making sure that I have them the right side up. So, and I'm going to come over to the left a little bit, not right in the middle of the card. So I have a little bit more on the right. So pretty. Okay. Actually, I came down a little farther than I wanted to. I wanted to center it from top to bottom, but I don't want it centered from side to side. There we go. All right, do that one more time. And then you can put this down flat. You can pop it up just to, you know, it depends on if you're going to mail it or hand deliver it, I guess. I'm going to put it flat so I can mail this. And then this is going to go onto my white. Oh, I said the wrong dimensions. I actually have this 4 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just to cover the whole front of the card, of the white front. There you go. All right. Now, we're not done. Let's do a little stamping on the inside. Let me grab this again. There's another stamp that's in the this Layers of Beauty. Now there's dies that go with this, and there are also, I don't think I opened this to show you, there are masks. So I plan to use this a little more, and I'm going to show you how the masks work, but not for tonight. I have another project I want to share with you tonight. I actually have a question. I have some of the adhesive back shiny sequins, and they're the pinks, kind of purpley, from Celebration. And then I also have the adhesive back pearl trio. I have, let me take them out of here. Tell me which one I should use. I've got the pearls or the sequins. Both of them would be perfect, would go nicely. I'm just curious on which ones you guys think I should use. Let me see if I can pull them out. Okay, yeah, so let me see. I don't know how well you can see, but this would be the ones I would use from the pearls. I'll watch for your comments if you vote. Hello, Sue. Welcome. Let's see here. I'm going to pull out the sequence. And I mean, any of them match because these sequins go really well with these colors that I have. So what do you think? Should I use the sequins or the pearls on this? I'll wait for you guys to answer. So while you're doing that, so pearls or sequins. And so I'm going to go ahead and put those up there. We're going to go ahead and stamp on the inside. This is where I got one of the flowers, sequins. I have a vote for sequins. And then I'm just going to put this flower down here in the bottom corner, just as a little extra in the inside of the card. So the front says God bless. Any other votes? Sequence, 2 sequence. All right. Put this over out of the way. Okay. The sequins are nice. I mean, if you guys have those from from Celebration, they are nice. All right, sequence it is, guys. We're gonna go with the sequence. So put the pearls away, and let's see. Here's our card. So we've got the dark, kind of the medium, light. I don't know. In person, the dark looks too dark. On the camera, when I'm looking at the laptop, the dark looks like it might be okay. So I'm going to be safe. I'm going to go with this one. Now, there's also the whiter colors that you could go in there. Ugh, I think I'm going to go onto the white here a little bit. So let's go with this one. Let's go with this one here. So there is one. Let's go there. And 2. Let's kind of go right there. And the fun part is you got all these different sequins, so you could just go all over the card if you wanted to have some sparkles all over. I think I want to go with a little some more on the white. Let's see, but because I'm there and there, let's see. Uh, Sometimes I get frustrated when I'm trying to do this. Let's just do two right like that. And there's another one. Let's come right up here. There we go. We need one in the middle. Kind of sprinkle them through here, right? Okay, let's go like that. All right, kind of at an angle. It just gives a sparkle through the angle of the card. I think I need one more over here. Let's see. Kind of like it goes across the card. So that's really close to the edge, but I think we can get one right there since it's all flat. Anyway, there you go. Just to give some sparkle, you can do it however you'd like. It's 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 almost too much. After I put all those sequins on there, it just seems a little much for me. I like the color that you picked. These are pretty, yeah. So let's see. I just need to take some of these out. There's just too much here. It's too crazy for me. So here's what I do. I take my little point and then I just easily kind of pull these sequins back up, get underneath the sticky, okay, so that it stays on the sequence, and then I can just put the sequence back. That's just too heavy for me. That was just too much. So I don't like how I did it. I just don't. Let's take this one. Let me see if I can get this one. Have you guys ever done this? I'm curious to know. Okay. Well, that one doesn't want to come off very well. So let's see. How about this one? Let's see if we can get this one out. That one came off pretty good. There's that. How about, what if we do this? Come over here. And I think it's because I have them on the white that they're just bizarre to me. I don't know. But yeah, I've done that where it's just doesn't seem right. And so then I just kind of backtrack. Oh, that's not bad. There, that seems a little better. Anyway, there you go. There's card number one. So hopefully using some copy paper. Whoops, let me get it here so you can see. Using some copy paper will help you when you're trying to create something with little pieces that you want connected together. That's what I was kind of going for here. Put these away. There we go. And I'll put this over here. So, and then we've just got our pretty flower on the inside. So there's card number one. Who else is here? You've never done it, Shar. Okay. I know. You move them around too. Well, good. I don't feel so bad that I'm not the only one that likes to say, oh, I don't like that. I need to change it. But there is our little card number one. Let me put my pin back in here so I don't lose it. And we'll go to card number two. Now, card number two is going to be featuring the stamp set that I am doing for my blessing box. Okay, so blessing box is my monthly club, and here are, I'm going to go behind me. This month's blessing box is going to be featuring the stamp set. Just a second, I got it right here. Grow with Love. It's going to be featuring this bundle actually, so you do need this bundle. Okay, you will need this bundle. In the kit, in the blessing box, you will be receiving the package of the low profile dots. You're also going to get the brand new folders called Glass and Gardens embossing folders. Okay, that is part of your kit. So this will be coming out May, online exclusive, May 6th. So if you were thinking about getting this, but you want to get the box, This will be in your blessing box, okay, just FYI. But here are the cards. There's one using one of the dies, 2, 3, 4, and some in colors going on here, and 5, okay? You'll also get a portion of the butterflies. We put this up close. Isn't that pretty? I love it. So color tutorial does come with the blessing box. That'll be the deadline for blessing box is May 10th, and that is currently on my calendar. You can go and sign up right now, and then I'll let you know about your payment. Okay. All right. Now I'm also going to feature, like I said, the next card I'm going to do a card with Grow with Love. And then I'm also adding the sentiments from this brand new bundle called Beautiful Motifs. Again, this is going to be available May 6th. But there are some great sentiments in here. And these dies, I can't wait to use them. They are so cool because they don't cut out completely. Some of them do, some of them don't. So I'll be sharing on how that works in the weeks to come. It's awesome. But we're going to use a sentiment out of here today. I'm also featuring the new folder that is like a corrugated folder. I have that on the card also. So let's grab our parts and pieces. We have 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 base, basic white. Thanks guys. I'm glad you liked that last card. Yeah, I haven't done it in the other colors, but like I said, blues and yellows would probably be so pretty. I'm using Pretty Peacock, and I've run this through the embossing folder, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. Let me just make sure. Yep, 4 by 5 1/4, run through the embossing folder. I have a scrap that I'm going to be stamping on. I have 3 pieces of 1.5 by 1.5 by 1 3/4. So there's 3 of those. We'll be stamping on those. It's basic white. And then this is a 1/2 inch that we're going to be stamping our sentiment on. Okay. So our sentiment I've chosen is called Celebrate. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that right now. And I have a question. So the 3 colors I'm using are Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and Pool Party. Now, my Pool Party, I always buy, and here's a tip for you. When you buy an ink pad, always get the refill at the same time. That way you know the lot of the refill coordinates with the ink pads that are being shipped out at that time. All right. So my Pool Party, I bought them together, and I don't know if it was bad from the beginning, but when I refilled my Pool Party, it does not come out like Pool Party anymore. So I reverted to my Stampin' Spot until I can buy a new pad and ink. I have no idea what happened. Has that ever happened to anybody? I mean, accidents happen, I know, but anyway, that's the deal. That's why I have a Stampin' Spot. Oh, here's the other thing. Did you guys know that there's going to be some new Stampin' Spots colors in the annual catalog that you can get? Stampin' Spots are really nice. Oh, the other thing is you are able to, as a demonstrator, though I know a lot of demonstrators pop in here to watch me, you can purchase as a demonstrator whatever they have in stock. Once the stock is gone, it's gone. And what I'm talking about is the new in color cloud cover. They found that the color chemistry changed the color when it hit the firm foam pads. Okay, so with that said, customers can purchase the refill, and you can fill the ink spot so that you have the correct cloud cover is the name of one of the new in colors. So that's just FYI. Anyway, Stampin' Spots. They're a great little thing to have if you don't have all the colors. This is the way to go. Buy the refills, put them in the spots. All right, now that we're chatted on all that, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the word celebrate. Ink that up in my pretty peacock. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it kind of over this way in the middle, just like that. So that's stamped, and I just want to set that aside. I need my scrap again because we're going to be stamping on these 3 pieces right here. And so let me get them, and the way that I'm going to put them on here is I want the 1 3/4 tall. So I know that my paper is kind of already stamped up, but we need something to protect my little wood surface here as we're going. So okay, so I have a few of the stamps from the Grow with Love, and we're going to take this pretty peacock with this feathery kind of look and ink this up. Now, my stamp, I'm all set up. Anyway, I've got stamps on a lot of my blocks. So you can see this stamp does not fit this block, but it'll work for what I have. Have you guys ever done? Anyway, I'm ready for my Monday class. I'm prepared. Can you believe it? I'm prepared for my Monday class coming up. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this kind of right up here. Okay, and ink this up again. I'm going to get a little bit right there. Ink this up, and I want some, move this up. I want some of this kind of across the top there. All right, and then let's take this one and come right there. Whoops, picked it right up. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's that one. So let me get this over here. Next, we're going to go with Lost Lagoon. And we're going to just use this feathery looking one. So let's ink that up. And I want, let's see, let's come this way a little bit. Okay. And ink some more. Let's see if I can get up in here like that. And let's bring this kind of off the edge there. Okay. All right, so that's what we've got so far. We have one more stamp to stamp, and that's going to be in Pool Party. And let me grab it here. And using the stamping spots is super easy. You just cut the sides so that the lid comes off. And then this is a different type of, it's like the muslin that our old style pad. So I like them. I like the spots. I like the old muslin pads, put it that way. Ink to the stamp. Ink goes to the stamp. And let's take this piece. And let me see. Okay. Let's bring that like that. Okay. And re-ink it. Okay, that one is done. And then I'm going to come up at the top of here. Let's see. I want the bottom part over here. Okay. I don't know if I got the edge. There we go. Okay. There. Yep, that's what I wanted. Yay. And last but not least, one more, and then we'll be ready to stamp these on the scrap. Let's see, put that here. All right, so let me pull this out of the way. Here's our 3 pieces. Okay, that's our 3 pieces that I've stamped. And let's take this, and I am going to stamp this image, and there are dies in the Grow with Love for all of those images that I just was stamping with. There are dies. So let's stamp that down. And it says basil on there, but the die, when it cuts it out, you don't see that. So I just need to go over, let me grab the die that fits. Let me see, I think it's this one right here. And just like that. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to step over here to my cut and emboss machine. Hi, Bobby. Sorry, that's okay that you're late. I'm just glad that you're here. Just go back and watch the first card. It's really pretty. Okay, let me use my emboss machine over here out of the way where you guys can't see me, but take me a second. But I didn't want to pre-stamp it and then cut it out. Anyway, takes 2 seconds here. So this is what we have. Cuts it out really nice, and then you don't see the basil. It doesn't keep that in it in the die, within the die. So that's the cool part about these dies I like. So you can use it with the word, or you can use it without the word. All right. Now let's go ahead and put this card together. It's a simple card. Just have a few steps to get it to where you want it to be. And so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to use up this end strips. I'm going to use those like regular dimensionals, because I use every parts and pieces that are on here because they work the same, right? Okay. So let's go there, there. We're going to pop these up onto our corrugated layer. Okay. And let's see, I do need this. I need some on this one. Let's go on the top. Let's just go on the top for now. Okay. All right, let's put this on here. And about right there. Probably should have started in the middle, but that's okay. These colors are really pretty together too. If you guys haven't used these colors together, they're very nice. I kind of thought this could be a masculine card with these colors. Goes this way. Is that how it? Nope, it goes this way. All right, and guess what? Silly me. I did not put these down beforehand like I usually do. I'm going to scooch them together a little closer so that I can fit this one on. All right, there we go. Now I've got a little bit on that edge. Okay, so we're kind of over to the right a little more on this one. So now I had stamped our sentiment here. I need a little bit of space, so I'm going to cut this so I have some space over here, because what I want to do is I'm going to attach this on the end of the right here. Okay, so let's put some adhesive right there. And this is going to go kind of like that, right? And then, hang on, I lost my page here. There we go. All right, let's take this and let's go this way at an angle. And then I have this piece at the top. I need a couple down here. So here we are. And one more like that. Okay. Oops, I already have that piece off. Now let's add this to the front of our card. Now that could go right over top of what I've already stamped. And I think I'm just going to bring it down a little bit so that that is a little bit behind, just like that. All right. That's the front of our card. And then now we are ready, and I'm just going to go slow so that I don't peel up. Whenever I have an embossed piece of cardstock, sometimes if I go too fast with my adhesive, it tends to pull up the cardstock, roll it up into my adhesive, and I don't want to do that because it's so sticky. All right, there. Okay, and let's do this. This is going to fit right with a nice border around. And now you could add gems if you want this to be more feminine. You could add gems. You could add some linen thread on here, but that is card number 2, using Grow with Love. That's going to be featured in my May blessing box. Deadline for that is May 10th. So if you want to sign up, make sure that you let me know. So that is what I have for you this evening. 2 cards, couple of different techniques. Hopefully gives you some ideas. So there's one, and here is our second card that we did this evening. Let me get these in. There we go. Still crooked. There we go. Okay, so what do you think? Do you have a favorite of the 2 cards? I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are. Very kind of different, but easy enough that you can make them pretty quick so that they don't have a lot of time consuming when you need a beautiful card to send to someone. All right. So again, these are available now. You can purchase the stamp sets now with the ink pads. You can get the damask folder starting May 6th. And I'm looking at the comments. Thank you. I'm glad you guys think they're pretty. Good, good, good. You like them both, Sue? Yeah, they're fun. They're both very fun. All right. Well, with all of that, again, I want to just remind, there's a lot going on. So make sure that you check out the website. You can go to my website, which is right at the top right here. Get my finger right there at the top. You can, check out your own if you are a demonstrator. Make sure that you're checking the updates. There's a lot going on, especially this time of year. I'm going to go ahead and turn you around and move the light out of the way there, and say thank you for joining me. I'm so thankful that you were here. I hope that you enjoyed the cards and the time together. If there's any questions you have on anything, I would be happy to help you out. Just let me know. I'd love to hear from you. You guys have a fabulous night. Hi, Donna. Thank you. I'm glad that you liked them. Thanks, Bobby. I'm looking at my phone, down at my phone at the comments, because it's not scrolling up on my laptop like it used to. So, but hey, that's Facebook for me. I don't know. I haven't changed anything with my system since I got it working again. You guys have a great night. I will see you soon. And don't forget about the craft along. I'll have something on my website tonight about that. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.